Let's see. Sean Duncan, it's nice to see you. Oh, cool. Speaking of Vertigo, what's your favorite Hitchcock? Probably Vertigo. And your favorite Hitchcock not directed by him. Meaning what, like a Hitchcock type of film? I don't know if it's my favorite, but probably if I'm also talking about De Palma films, maybe Obsession. I love that film, Obsession. But let's see. Also speaking about favorite Hitchcock films, Notorious. I love Notorious. That was one I was so fortunate to have seen when I was very young as well. So I saw Silent Night, Deadly Night, and Notorious around the same age. That and Spellbound around the same age. What a great that was such a those were the days. Those were the days. Oh gosh, in the late '80s, early '90s. Oh, what a time! What a time it was to be what a time it was. Fantastic. But anyway, yes. So Notorious is another rating. The Lady Vanishes as well. Psycho. I think I've seen Psycho. Like I can't remember a time in my life when I have not seen Psycho. I've just again, it's embedded in my mind. Did I mention my Psycho story? I think I should. Like, I don't want to go into too many details for those who have not yet seen Psycho. But when I was in not college, when I was in high school, I was going to high school at the time in the U.S. In Connecticut on the east coast of the United States, in a place called Stamford, Connecticut. And I was, I was going to English class, and it was English class, like English literature class. And one of the books that we were reading, it was like American literature. And one of the books that we were reading was Ethan Frome. Ethan Frome, and there's a very famous, or many parts of that novel are famous, but one part that's in particular quite famous is this phrase about a certain character droning querulously, droning querulously. And so my English teacher at the time was so enamored by this use of this English language, droning querulously. And to this day, I haven't forgotten this. And so at the end of the reading of that book, it would be that unit. And so we would be kind of like a wrap up, and we'd have this opportunity to talk about some aspect of Ethan Frome. It could be kind of a free topic, your choice. And I thought, oh, this is so great. So what I thought was, I'll do an English class presentation on Ethan Frome, and it'll be about how I thought there were certain connections that could be made between this character, or this setup of a character in Ethan Frome droning querulously, and connections that could be made with the 1960 Alfred Hitchcock directed film Psycho. And so I thought, oh, there are so many connections, like visual connections, this idea of droning querulously. It could be said to have a cinematic embodiment in the film Psycho itself, as expressed not only in the mood, the set piece, but also the ambience and the music and the character and the black and white photography, blah, blah. So exciting. It was so great. But part of my presentation in English class was to actually show clips from the film Psycho. And I had Psycho, it was on VHS at the time that I had. This was before DVD players, etc., became the norm. But it was, we had the VHS player, and the school classroom had a TV with a VCR. So I asked for a TV VCR. I'd queue up the tape, and it'll be my turn okay, now it's Daisuke's turn to talk about his presentation on Ethan Frome. Okay, Daisuke. So I stand up in front of the classroom. I say, okay, I'd like to talk today about Ethan Frome droning querulously, and how I think that there are parts of this aspect of Ethan Frome that are similar to this film that was directed by Alfred Hitchcock, which is called Psycho. And then I proceed to show clips from the film Psycho. And I proceed to show clips that are actually pretty intense sequences that are like kind of like the climax of the film, and like the intense suspenseful sequences of them, really scary sequences. And I show them during this whatever daytime afternoon class in English on a weekday in my high school in Stamford, Connecticut. And I showed it so innocently, thinking in my head, naively, I thought, I've seen Psycho so many times as a kid. Again, I can't remember a time when I haven't seen Psycho. It's just so embedded in my mind, such that I thought everyone in the world seen Psycho. I thought everyone's seen Psycho. What are you talking about? This is so great. Everyone's seen Psycho, right? So I show clips in my English class. It's not going to be a problem, right? Because everyone's seen Psycho, right? So I can show clips from like the climax, from all the all this. I can show all this scary stuff. It's not going to be a problem because everyone's seen Psycho. Was I wrong? I was so wrong, because in that English class, not only were there people who did not see Psycho, but also there was this one young lady in particular, in one of my students, one young lady in particular. She screamed when I showed the scene of Psycho. She screamed, and she's like almost crying, and just had her hands in her face and just crying. I can't see it. I'm so, and I had to, I didn't know what to do, because I kind of wanted to finish my project, because I wanted to get a good grade on the Ethan Frome unit of my English class. But I kind of made my presentation, and I stopped the showing Psycho in my English class, all the scary scenes. And I kind of sat down. I think I got a good grade for that, but I will never forget how scared that showing of those Psycho scenes made that young lady in my English class in Stamford, Connecticut. If I had the opportunity to apologize to her, I would. I don't know where she is. She's somewhere in the world, I'm not sure. But if she's out there, wherever, if you're out there, please note that I really deeply apologize. I really do. I very much apologize. I didn't mean to upset you. I thought very innocently that everyone had seen the film Psycho, but I was wrong. I was very wrong, and I apologize profusely. If you're listening, I don't think you are, but if there's any hope that you're listening, my hope is that you understand when I really say I still remember that moment, and I regret it so much. I didn't mean to upset you. I know I did, because I was thoughtless. So, but yes, that's my Psycho story. And yes, Ethan Frome. So, are there any Ethan Frome fans out there? If so, let me know. Where was I?